Hey, what's going on, everybody? Shwag here, aka Sean Mazer. I just wanted to give my opinion on the closure of Marvel Avengers Alliance. I know everybody is taking it different ways, vastly different ways, and speculating their opinions on why it shut down and how it shut down. I see other people actually are quoting Playdom, and different gaming websites have actually taken to the story as well. So there's a lot of different news and information floating around. So I just want to state now that this is my personal opinion on the whole matter, and I also want to kind of touch down base on where Marvel is and Disney Interactive is with their gaming division and how I see that going. Um, so first, let's start with our beloved game, Avengers Alliance. Um, Great game. I've been a player since the first Spec Ops, so 4 years. Um, Problem there is when you're a longtime player like me, you don't always. How do I put this? You don't always just be like, oh, I'm going to play this and never spend money. I mean, I'm sure plenty of people have played for 4 years and never spent a dime. Maybe they spent a little. I don't know. I don't know. People have vastly different opinions on money spenders on these type of games. I've spent a good amount of money. I'm not going to go into the logistics of it, but I supported the game. I do not mind. I'm not mad that the game shut down. I'm not asking for a refund because that's absurd. I got my enjoyment out of the game. So my money put in and the time spent playing it have equaled out for me. I'm not mad at that. I'm not even mad at the game shutting down. I'm disappointed, but I'm not mad. It is what it is, you know. Um, my personal opinion on the matter is that the game shut down due to a number of factors. One being that the player base has slowly waned off over the years. This last year, we think we dropped to we were below the top 50 games. I think we were number 52. It was pointed out to me by somebody. Yeah, so out of 50 other games, we ranked 2 ranks below that. And we used to be the highest played game on Facebook. Kind of a big deal after a while, huh, guys? It is what it is. I think factors with that have to deal with um, a lot of the player base quitting due to various reasons. The game wasn't really friendly to new players, so if you're coming into a game that's already a few years out, be it 3, 4 years, 2 years even, playing catch up in Avengers Alliance was just dastardly, I would assume. Um, it probably was very hard for a lot of players to do that. Then you have PvP, which a lot of players stuck around for that, and that's where they were drawing in their most money. A lot of people spent lots of money to be very competitive in PvP, and so that led to a lot of bickering over the years, people openly bashing spenders in various Facebook groups. We all know who you are, you know who you are. I think that scared away a lot of the paying players. Um, that hurt the game. Let's face it, game can't be keep going if nobody's spending money on it. You know, it sucks. I mean, that's the nature of the beast with these types of games. It's the free to play games that are just they require you to spend money. You know, you can go the whole game without ever having to pay anything. I've seen free players get very far in PvP and even beat out paying players. So the people bitching about the paying players were just idiots. They didn't know how to play the game. They didn't know how to make their own teams or come up with their own ideas about gear that was easily obtainable for free. I saw plenty of people do it for free, and get further than I did being a paying player. All right, so there you go. It is what it is. I mean, let's not, paint this a different picture here. Let's be honest. Now, PD's official stance, Playdom for the layman terms out there, Playdom was saying they were going to shut the game down because they were going to work on newer games. And then I read in a different article that pretty much, since nobody flocked and converted over to Avengers Alliance number 2, they decided to shut down both games instead of just number 2, as sort of like a fuck you to the player base for not adapting with the times and going with the formula of mobile games, because that's where the market is right now. These cheap, easy to make, pump out games where you spend copious amounts of money. Look at Future Fight and the whole Carnage debacle. And for those of you who don't know, I'll give you a short gist of it. They started putting out characters that you could only get for having a subscription to a fucking mobile game. Yeah. Yeah, there's no other way to obtain some of these characters without having a subscription. So, there's that. So personally, I think that the state of the games right now is Marvel is just going to go and push. Well, I should say Disney Interactive, because they're really in control here. Marvel really has no control over their game division for some reason. Disney Interactive is going to be pushing for these mobile games. They're going to be outsourcing to different third-party companies, sort of like how they did with Netmarble for Marvel Future Fight. And so I highly suspect that Playdom is actually going to be closing as a studio. That's going to be another issue here. So yeah, I mean, what really killed the game for me, my personal opinion, despite what they're saying on different things, because these companies are not going to be 100% honest about this stuff. I mean, shit, we got like what, a month notice that the game was going to shut down. After 4 years, you don't think they could have let us know sooner? Kind of shitty, but it is what it is. It's the companies you're dealing with nowadays. But to the players saying, "Oh, I'm going to stop seeing Marvel movies and this and that." Yeah, okay, well then stop seeing Marvel movies. Grow the fuck up. I don't know what to tell you. Marvel has nothing to do with Disney Interactive's game division. They have nothing to do with that. You want to spite Marvel? Go for it. There's better reasons to spite Marvel. Maybe pandering to fucking third wave feminists and fucking social justice warriors, pushing their fucking agendas on people who don't actually buy the books. I don't know. I mean, all their social justice warrior books have seemed to canceled because they just don't have the audience. The people they're pandering to don't buy the books. That could be a thing. I don't know. Anyway, but let's stick on topic here. Let's not go to the comics, because half of you fucking jerk-offs don't even read the comics. All you care about is the video games and the movies, and know little of the history of these characters. So the game shut down pretty much because they didn't feel like floating free players anymore. The free players scared off the spenders. The free players, pretty much majority of them, I would like to say, probably 70%, if not higher, were the people using the third-party hack programs to cheat in PvP. That killed the game. That fucked over the spenders big time. So the spenders quit. And so now you have no game. So the people all like, wallet warriors, this and that for the past 4 years, yelling wallet warriors at people. Congratulations. You killed the game. Good job, guys. Be proud of yourselves. I have other games to play. I'm fine with it. I'm never going to be spending money on games that have no payoff at the end. I have nothing to show for it anymore. So there's that. For those of you spouting Marvel Future Fight, good luck to you. That will only last for so long. For those spouting Marvel Heroes, it is a good game. It is a fun game. But with the current course that Disney Active is taking, they're not going to renew their license in 2018. Also, you could tell by the massive restructuring to try to retain new players, because new players seem to be playing Marvel Heroes and then quitting. The game is probably either going to be canceled before 2018 or around 2018, 2019 when the license renew is up. So enjoy that game while it lasts, but I would highly recommend not sinking too much money into it, because you're not going to see any of that when the game ends. All that virtual costumes and those boosts and cards to collect little pets and shit, all that shit's going to be gone when the game ends. So just be aware of that, because so I don't have to keep seeing these posts about when games die that you feel slighted and you want a refund, because you're never going to get one. You signed, you bought the ticket for the ride. Enjoy that fucking thing. You know what you're getting into with these games, and that's what it is. That's where we're at. You know. So yeah, next time you're playing a game that's free to play and you're bitching about somebody who spends money on the game, be mad at yourself for having to rely on cookie cutter teams and other people's suggestions and not coming up with your own free thought, and just going and bashing somebody who's keeping your game alive. Food for thought, huh, guys? Anyway, if you don't like the video, you don't like it, don't really care. It is what it is, man. This is an opinion. If you don't like my opinion, you feel free to tell me about it. I may or may not reply, because I don't give a shit. It's the nature of the beast. Welcome to the internet, little boys.